So now this looks quite simple, you see. This looks very simple. When I was in Israel, very rich family, their son was in hospital, so I was taken directly from the airport to the hospital, and their son was about to die because of cancer. He was 21 years old, and they took me to the hospital, and of course I asked him some questions, but of course he can't answer really strongly, but he just say a few words, and then he got tired, and he was breathing with oxygen mask, and then so we talked a little bit, and I said, okay, I think you better say some mantras. He said, yes, I'm saying some mantras. And I said, what mantra do you say? I said, Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Oh, then thank you. So when I was coming from airport, I thought that we decide Om Mani Padme Hum together about few minutes. And now that is very fine. Okay. And then, do you like to do meditation with me? I said, yes. What meditation do you like to do? And then I said, okay, so I will suggest. Because he has not much energy to say so many words. I said, okay, is it okay if we do Tonglen meditation? Yes, we really like to. I'm doing Tonglen meditation. I said, okay, then we will do Tonglen meditation. And then I was a little bit curious. How did you learn this? To say, to recite mantras and to do meditation. How did you learn? So he said, oh yes. And then I think he was saying a private nurse or something. Okay. And I know the private nurse invited me to him. And they become friends. They become friends, and then she invited me to see that young man. And then we did meditation. And then I said, does it help? Yes. And then he started gaining some energy. He said, yes, it helps a lot. And then he told his mother, please don't come with crying or with a sad face. Just come with smiling face. He told his mother, and he said, I will challenge this dreadful disease with smiling face. And he was smiling. He was really smiling. But physically he was very weak. Inside he has so much strength. And he smiles. And then when I asked his mother, he said, okay, I'm not allowed to go to my son. I have to smile. I have to go with a smiling face, as if I'm very happy. And then I said, why did you do this? And this is the way to handle this dreadful disease. There's no other way. If I cry, my mother will cry, my brother and sister, everyone will cry, and then this will multiply the suffering. If I smile, and then everybody smiles. After all, I have to die. I cannot escape from this dreadful disease, but I have to die in such a way that the family will have no sad feelings. Oh, he passed away with a happy, smiling face. And he really did. Tom, his name was Tom. When I was conducting retreat in Israel, and then I was teaching, and I told them, oh, when he's just on the way or passing away, just call me, and then call me. And then so, okay, now Tom is passing away. Okay. And I talked some words, and then just slowly went. And of course, I also have to announce those who attended my teaching. I have to announce that this is really serious, and then you all have to do some meditation and prayer. Now Tom is passing away. So I guided him, and in a very, try to be peaceful, because he has so much trust in me. And then during that state of mind, just leaving this body and going to the next body. This is a really crucial time. And I think he did very well. He did very well. And then now the story, this is not the main story. The main story is that after he passed away, and we finished the retreat, and that was the seventh day. In Jewish also they do some offerings and prayers after 7 days. And I was in the family. Whole family was very sad. They were doing their prayer in Jewish way, and then they asked me to do some prayer, and then I did my prayer. And then they asked a lot of questions, and I tried to answer, and then they become a little bit happier, And then the father said, "Oh, why Buddhism is coming very fast in the West? Why?" And I said, "Yeah, maybe it is very practical and living religion, and then in one way it is quite simple also, and also quite complicated." And he said, I'm a businessman, I didn't want to practice Buddhism, but I need a very short teaching, very very simple, short, practical. I need, because I'm very busy, traveling to New York and coming back to Tel Aviv, and so in a week, and he said, and then I said, okay. And then I told him, yes, if possible, try to help other sentient beings as much as possible. If not, try not to harm any sentient being. Okay? This is Buddhism, and is it okay to practice? He said, yes, this is very easy, so I will practice. And then we had a dinner. He was thinking. And all of a sudden he put his plate and said, this is not easy. Helping other sentient beings as much as possible is not simple. This is very difficult. And then try not to harm any sentient being. This is also very complicated. This is very complicated. This is not simple. And then he was showering with questions on me. Yes, it is. It looks quite simple, isn't it? Try to help other sentient beings as much as possible. And try not to harm any sentient being, directly or indirectly. It looks very simple. But then try not to harm. What is harm? And what is help? Help can be, if we are not very wise, help can be very destructive. There are different levels of helping. There are different levels of not harming other sentient beings. It is quite complicated, but because it has to be very complicated, because our mind is so complicated. Our mind is so complicated, isn't it? Just food, okay. Just think about the food. How many varieties of food? When we go to a big restaurant, we have to read a booklet, you see. Just to fill this belly. Okay? So many books. Just to keep this physical body running. Read a lot of Italian food, international food, Chinese food. There's so many. So confusing. These are all created by our mind. Because our desire has no limit. And then, yes, so mind itself is very complicated. And because of this, and then the problem created by mind is very complicated. And happiness achieved by mind is also very, very big thing. Because of this, the Buddha's teaching is quite complicated. Quite complicated. But loving kindness and compassion isn't easy, isn't it? This is very easy. Loving kindness, compassion. Which I defined, see? Which I defined. Loving kindness means very strong wish to make all sentient beings very happy. And compassion, very strong wish to remove the suffering and sources of sufferings of all sentient beings. Very simple. Isn't it?